Good morning, students. Welcome to the second class on the topic development of polio vaccine. So, in the previous class, we knew how FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, got affected by polio. And in this unit, we will come to know he was a victim, but how he became the leader of attack against polio, how he contributed significantly to promote the research of polio, and all the related things about the condition of America during the outbreak of poliomyelitis. So, in the first paragraph, we are going to know what was the contribution of Franklin Delano Roosevelt in the development of polio vaccine. So, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, he is known by his initials FDR. So, before the text, as usually, let us discuss the words of the glossary. The first word in the glossary is illustrious. What meaning is given in the book? Famous and much admired. Illustrious, famous and much admired. I can say he belongs to an illustrious family. What do I mean? He is a member of a very famous family, well-known family, popular family. Somebody can be illustrious by dint of his achievements. I can say Sachin Tendulkar is an illustrious cricket player. He is much admired due to his very successful career in cricket. The second word is spearhead. The second word is spearhead. It's a verb. When somebody spearheads, he leads an attack against something. To spearhead means to lead an attack against something, or to start an activity also. I can say like this: he is spearheading the campaign to establish a new medical college in the town. That means he is the leader of the campaign for establishment of a new medical college in the town. So, spearhead, past tense is spearheaded. Okay. The third word in the glossary is devastated. All of you know the meaning of the word devastation. Devastation is noun, destruction. Devastated is the past tense form of the verb devastate. So, devastate means to destroy completely. Next word in the glossary is contagious disease. What is a contagious disease? A disease that spreads by people touching each other, that spreads from person to person. The next word in the glossary is vulnerable. The next word in the glossary is vulnerable. If someone is vulnerable to something, just like a disease or a problem, he is open to the danger. A synonym is susceptible. I can say little children and elderly people are mostly vulnerable to COVID-19. That means they can be easily affected. They are open to danger. And the last word in the glossary is cumbersome. Cumbersome. What do you mean by cumbersome? Something that is very large and heavy, difficult to be dealt with. Let us try to put this in a sentence. Cumbersome. This machine looks cumbersome, but actually it is easy to use. It looks very heavy. It looks as if it is very difficult to be used, but actually it is easy to be used. Cumbersome, heavy and large. Now let us go to the warm-up section of Unit 2. Do you know that children are the most vulnerable to polio? There is a focusing question in the warm-up. So this question is to all of us, whether we know this or not, that little children are mostly vulnerable to polio. They are easily affected by polio. Why? Why little children are easily affected by polio? Because of their weaker immune system. Now, what is a vaccine? What is a vaccine? Vaccine is a substance that is given in order to stimulate the production of antibodies in order to gain immunity against a disease. So, little children were mostly affected by polio because of their weaker immune system. So, an effective vaccine was very necessary in order to create antibodies, enough antibodies inside their body, so that they could acquire immunity against polio. Read the following unit of the text below and note what steps FDR took to eradicate polio. What steps FDR took to eradicate polio? What do you mean by eradicate? Bhav? Eradicate means to completely destroy, completely from the root, eliminate. So what steps were taken by FDR, who himself was a victim of polio, to eradicate the disease? That we can know in this unit. What happens when a person is affected by a serious disease? Normally what happens? If the person knows that he has been affected by a very dangerous disease, he gets depressed. So depressed that he loses the enthusiasm to live. But FDR was not that kind of person. He was affected by polio when he was only 39 years of age. But he did not allow the dreaded disease to take the best part of his life. He became famous worldwide. He became the central figure of the world during the first half of the 20th century. He became an illustrious personality, very famous and much admired, though he was affected by polio. Roosevelt was determined not to let this major illness get the best of him. Roosevelt was determined. What do you mean by determination? When you have determination to do something, you have strong willpower to complete that. When you get determined, you take a firm decision, strong decision to do something. So FDR got determined. He took a very strong decision. He took a very firm decision not to allow this major illness, this serious illness, get the best of him take the best of him. The best was yet to come, he knew, and he did not allow the disease to stop him. He was unstoppable. He not only continued his illustrious political career, resulting in his well-documented and long-term presidency of the United States, but he went on to spearhead the fight against polio. Though he was affected by polio, he became a very famous political leader in the entire world. He not only continued his illustrious political career, very famous and much admired political career, resulting in his well-documented and long-term presidency. What do you mean by well-documented? Supported with a lot of written evidence, well-documented. So his illustrious political career, because of his very famous political career, his presidency became well documented due to his significant steps, significant action, due to his achievements, contribution, noteworthy contributions. His career became well documented, supported with lot of written evidence, and also his long-term presidency of the United States. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States of America, was the only president to be elected to the presidency for more than 2 terms. So till now he holds the record. So his presidency is the long-term presidency of the United States. So this was not the only achievement. He became a very famous political leader, went to the zenith, became the president. But also what happened, what he did? He went on to spearhead the fight against polio. Spearhead, to lead an attack against something. He led the attack against polio. He became the leader in the fight against polio. Increasing public awareness of the deadly disease. It was a highly contagious disease. So, as a first step, what he did? He sensitized all the people. He increased the awareness among people about the disease, about the deadly disease, and promoting research. He also promoted research, provided all possible scope and help for the promotion of the research. Although polio never devastated large numbers of population like the plague or influenza. Before polio, plague or influenza caused complete annihilation. A large number of people died due to that. But polio did not cause devastation like that. Devastated means completely destroyed. It did not completely destroy large number of population as plague or influenza did. Although it was not devastating like plague or influenza, it was a frightening disease. Frightening, something that makes us fearful is frightening. So it was a frightening, highly contagious disease. It was spreading from person to person very quickly, that attacked both poor and rich. A disease doesn't attack by considering the status of a person. It attacks both poor and rich, isn't it? So people were afraid of it because all the people, poor as well as rich, everybody was getting affected by polio. It arose in terrifying outbreaks. Arose is the past tense form of the verb arise. Terrifying outbreaks, horrible outbreaks. People were getting afraid due to the increase in the incidence of poliomyelitis, which seemed impossible to stop. People were really afraid. They were in apprehension because nothing could be done to stop polio. It was merely impossible to stop in spite of advances in medicine. In the United States of America particularly, there was a great development in the field of medicine by that time, but nothing could be done to stop polio. That's why, though it was not very destructive and damaging like plague or influenza, people were afraid of it. Nothing could be done. All, irrespective of their status, were being affected. Through the first half of this century, here this century refers to the 20th century, basic hygiene methods and knowledge has advanced tremendously. Basic hygiene method, H-Y-G-I-E-N-E, hygiene. What do you mean by hygiene? The practice of keeping yourself and your surrounding clean, that is known as hygiene. What do you mean by basic? Basic means fundamental. So through the first half of 20th century, basic hygiene methods, people knew how to maintain cleanliness, and knowledge related to maintenance of hygiene had advanced tremendously. Tremendously means what? Greatly. Tremendously has been derived from the adjective tremendous. Tremendous is an adjective. Tremendously is an adverb. Tremendous means great. Tremendous time, great time. Tremendous problem, great problem, a very serious problem. Tremendous gathering of people, huge gathering of people. So tremendous means great. So knowledge related to hygiene had advanced tremendously. There was a great advancement and development in that field. People knew how to maintain hygiene. People were educated enough. They knew and they were keeping themselves as well as the surrounding clean. For the first time in civilization, people came to expect good health instead of merely hoping for it. People were confident enough due to the advancement in the field of medicine. People were expecting rather than hoping for good health. There is a difference between expect and hope. When you merely hope for something, when you only hope for something, you know that it may happen, it may not happen. But when you expect something to happen, you are positive. You are positive about the result, successful result. So by that time, there was significant improvement in the field of medicine in the United States of America. People, they were expecting good health instead of merely hoping for it. But despite such momentous development in the field of medicine, polio still attacked, and children were the most vulnerable. The field of medicine was well developed, but in case of polio, nothing could be done. Polio still attacked. People were getting victimized by polio, and mostly the little children. Little children were the most vulnerable. They were the most susceptible ones. Many can remember seeing in the early 1950s heartbreaking posters of children on crutches or in iron lungs. What do you mean by heartbreaking? Heartbreaking. For example, a heartbreaking news. A news that causes intense sorrow. A news that breaks your heart. It's so bad. So don't you think it is a heartbreaking scenery? What scenery? Little children unable to walk, taking the help of the crutches to walk. Crutch, you know? Crutch is a support which is used by the people who are disabled in walking. So posters of little children walking with difficulty, walking with the help of crutches, small children confined in the iron lungs. Do you know what is an iron lung? Those children who were being affected by the bulbar form of polio, they were taking help of the iron lung. Iron lung was also known as tank respiration. It used to be a huge tank, and the little children were being confined to that tank. As they were facing difficulty in breathing, they had to lie down inside the tank like iron lung in order to survive. So, in the early 1950s, heartbreaking posters of little children on crutches or in iron lungs were, pasted everywhere in America in order to sensitize the people. Okay. The cumbersome mechanical aids, a big tank like iron lung, is not it cumbersome? We have already discussed what is cumbersome. Very large and heavy. So don't you think the iron lungs were cumbersome for the little kids? The cumbersome mechanical aids which helped those whose lungs were paralyzed to breathe. So the posters of little children confined inside an iron lung, the cumbersome mechanical aid which was helping the children to breathe, was really a heart-wrenching scene. Lacking of vaccine, because there was no vaccination to help the children, to protect the children from being affected by this disease, lacking of vaccine. Parents throughout the country panicked. Parents of little children throughout the country panicked. What do you mean by panic? Panic, noun. An extreme fear, a great fear is known as panic. Panic, bhab. When you panic, you are extremely afraid of something. When you are panic stricken, you are stricken by a great fear. So imagine what would be the condition of the parents of little children by that time? Mostly little children were getting affected by polio. Whenever they were going outside, they were able to see the posters of little children suffering, walking with crutches. Who were walking with crutches? The children who were being affected by the spinal form of paralytic polio. When the paralytic form is spinal, it affects the limbs. They were therefore taking help of that mechanical aid. And the unlucky children who were being affected by the bulbar form of polio, they were seen sleeping inside a tank like iron lungs. You may get the picture of little children on crutches and in iron lungs in internet. Really, it is heartbreaking. So mostly the parents, they were panicked. They were in extreme fear because there was no vaccination available. Nothing could be done to save their children from this dreaded disease. So being panicked, they were keeping their children from schools and other public facilities. In order to protect the little children from the infection, they were not allowing their little children to go to school and to other public facilities. Why couldn't a vaccine be found? This pertinent question was there in the mind of every citizen of America. They were expecting the development of an effective vaccine. Why not? The field of medicine had advanced tremendously. There was a great success in the field of medicine. So everybody was asking that question, why nothing could be done? Why nobody was able to develop a successful vaccine? So with this question, this unit comes to an end. So this is a small unit having 2 paragraphs only. In the first paragraph, what information is provided? The contribution of FDR towards the development of polio vaccine. We have come to know how resourceful FDR was, how resourceful political leader FDR was. Who is a resourceful person? One who is able to confront the setbacks and to come out successful by finding ways to deal with it. He himself was affected by paralytic form of polio. His legs were completely paralyzed. He was known as the president on wheelchair. At the age of 39, he got affected by polio, but he did not allow polio to take the best part of his life. He not only became the very famous President of America with long-term presidency, with an illustrious political career, well-documented political career, but also he became the leader in fight against polio. He provided all possible scope. Unprecedented scope was provided in America for the promotion of research. He provided all possible help to the scientists in order to develop a successful vaccination. So in the first paragraph, we came to know about the contribution of FDR, and also we came to know about the reason why polio was a dreaded disease. It has been mentioned, it was not devastating like plague or influenza, but people were afraid of it. Why? Poor and rich, all were getting affected because there was no vaccination. Nothing could be done to stop the progress of virus. People were worrying a lot because little children were getting victimized by polio. What information is given in the second paragraph? By the time People knew how to maintain hygiene. There was a great development in the field of medicine. People started expecting good health rather than only hoping for it. But there was no vaccination. Parents specifically were panic-stricken. They were not allowing their little children to go out because they did not want them to suffer, to deal with the paralytic form of polio. So in order to protect them, they were not sending them to school and other public facilities. So everybody was pondering why nothing could be done. Why by that time nobody was successful in the development of an effective polio vaccine. So with this, the second unit of the chapter comes to an end. So let us go to the think it out section. The first question is, did polio affect Roosevelt's political career? Did polio affect effect and effect. Effect is the noun form, affect is the verb form. So was there any effect of polio on Roosevelt's political career, or did polio affect Roosevelt's political career? What do you think? Yes, it has been mentioned in the very first unit. Before some time we were discussing, it did not affect Roosevelt's political career. Roosevelt did not allow polio to take the best part of his life. He became very famous and much admired political leader of America. He became the central figure of the world, being the 32nd president of America. He was the only president of America to be elected to the presidency for more than 2 terms. So, polio did not affect the political career of Roosevelt at all. What is the second question? What was the highest position did Roosevelt achieve in his political career? Easy to write. He became the 32nd president of the United States of America and was the only president to be elected to the presidency for more than 2 terms. How did he spearhead the fight against polio? How did he lead the attack against polio? He spearheaded the fight against polio by spreading awareness about the deadly disease. First of all, he sensitized all the people about the deadly disease. In addition to that, he provided all possible help and scope for the promotion of research. Who are the most vulnerable to polio? Little children are the most vulnerable to polio. Because of their weaker immune system, they are susceptible to polio. Why were parents in the early 1950s afraid of sending their children to school? During that time, polio was the most worrying childhood disease. Everywhere the parents of little children were seeing the heart-breaking postures of little children on iron lungs and on crutches and in iron lungs, the heavy mechanical aids, those whose breathing system was paralyzed. They did not want their children to suffer like that. That's why they were apprehended. They panicked and they did not send their children to school and other public facilities. So these are the 5 questions set in the Think It Out section of the second unit. Like the first unit, you read the information given, try to understand line by line, word by word, and then write down answers to these 5 questions. So with this, the second class on the topic has come to an end. Next class, we will discuss the next unit of the topic, the development of polio vaccine. Thank you very much, students.